road.
Well, we're going to talk a little bit about the 6 of Colin Braun, Phil, and his biggest concern is restarts. In fact, he was talking under that last caution about how can I get better at restarts, because that's where he lost the lead. Mike Beam said, don't worry about it. You just keep that nose clean, and if this thing goes green, we are going to be the truck to beat. And right now, he is right on the bumper of the leader, Kyle Busch, Ray.
Welcome back to Michigan International Speedway. Kyle Busch in front of Colin Braun and Matt Crafton. We've seen this battle continuing. Colin Braun has been able to close the gap on that 51 of Kyle Busch. We're hearing NASCAR potentially checking for some debris on the racetrack.
Again, just like the last green flag run, Phil, these guys just switch around which one of the 3 run the fastest lap. Depending on what kind of gap the 6 gets on the 88 and the 51, the truck in the middle or the behind will be the fastest one of the 3.
You know, it's ironic. Adam says we got to have a great battle back here on the right side of your screen. Taylor Malsom right there is in the 5th position. Ron Hornaday has really made some tremendous gains with that truck. Now he's battling Terry Cook for the 6th spot. But I was talking to Mike Beam, Colin Braun's crew chief, in his hauler this morning, and he said that, Colin, look at that move on the left.
Kyle Busch checks up. Colin Braun goes by. He's got the lead.
Wow.
I don't think Kyle Busch thought that the 57 of Norm Benning was going to force him down that low. He had to get out of the throttle, and that opened up the outside for Colin Braun. But I was talking about the restarts, and he said, Mike Beam said, for whatever reason, Kyle Busch can get the absolute maximum out of his vehicle, truck, car, whatever, on a restart. Obviously, he does it about every lap, but he can really get the maximum out on a restart. But watch this now. Watch Kyle Busch. He's going to go down to the bottom. He thinks Norm Benning's going to give him some room. Then he has to go lower and lower and lower. Has to get out of the throttle, and Colin Braun just sails by on the outside.
What a great opportunity for Colin Braun. He keeps that momentum up, goes on the outside of Norm Benning, and now takes the lead away. Here's Colin's view.
Colin's thinking, I don't know if there's room over there or not, Kyle. We've seen Kyle race on the apron before. He's okay with that.
That was the move of the race right there. All clear. New leader of the 6.
Yeah. And that may be the move of the race. If Colin Braun, we felt like whichever one of these trucks got out front, Mikey, in the clean air was going to be able to continue to lead this race. That could, in fact, be the move of the race, especially if this race goes green. We know how good Kyle is on restarts. We just talked about it. Right now, Colin Braun wants some green flag racing.
3 races ago, Lowe's Motor Speedway. Colin Braun is leading the field. Kyle Busch running second. Kyle Busch gets into the back of the 6 and into the wall. Colin Braun goes. How close was he to winning at Lowe's Motor Speedway? We'll never find out. Same scenario today at Michigan International Speedway. Colin Braun in front of Kyle Busch. They're running 1 and 2, 10 laps of racing to go.
Right now we have 0.8 of a second separating these two. Right now the last thing Colin Braun wants is a caution flag. He does not want to give Kyle Busch another shot at him on a restart.
And all we're hearing out of Kyle Busch right now is, I see debris on the racetrack. There's debris on the racetrack. Tell NASCAR there's debris on the racetrack.
Colin Braun right now is running about 0.3 of a second faster than Kyle Busch.
Adam, you want to try again?
Yeah, I'm going to give it a shot. I thought maybe I said some kind of foul word and they bleeped me out there. They said don't let Kyle talk you into anything running in the 2nd position. You run your line, hit your marks, and you will win this race. And right now, Colin Braun less from 6 laps from accomplishing that goal.
Colin Braun on his way to winning his first ever Camping World Truck Series race. It's been quite a few races. He's been in contention a few times. And like we talked about, Lowe's Motor Speedway, the most recent, where it looked as though he was going to be solidly in position to battle for that win, and then got actually taken out by the 51.
And we know how much winning at this racetrack in the backyard of Detroit means to Jack Roush. Yeah. We've seen it on his face when he's been fortunate enough to win here with Travis Kvapil last year or 2 years ago.
Let's just throw the 50th one. He's won also on top of that, yes. Winning his 50th race right here in his own backyard.
The Camping World Truck Series has been good for Roush Fenway Racing. They have had success with so many different drivers. Greg Biffle won 16 races. Mark Martin has won 7. Carl Edwards won 6 in this series. Kurt Busch also won 4. Problems at the left rear of the 13 of Johnny Sauter. He's
Down.
Coming up on 2 laps to go for Colin Braun.
We've heard Kyle Busch say, I've got nothing for that 6. There's Jack Roush on the left side of your screen. Again, could be the 50th win in the Camping World Truck Series for Jack Roush and his organization.
Just think about this Colin Braun kid, what he's accomplished lately. 2 out of the last 3 races has been in the lead when he's had trouble. Great runs for this guy.
And then he finished 3rd last week, which matched his career best. Coming down for the white flag for Colin Braun. One more lap.
The white. You have a couple slow ones up here, or one anyway. One more time.
That's a relief right there. At least he knows if the caution flies, he's won the race. So he's got a big enough cushion over 2nd. He can just run 3/4 speed over this next lap and win this race. Getting the white flag was a big deal for that kid. We'd heard him talk earlier about his restarts. He didn't want to have to deal with that.
And he's not going to have a restart.
He's definitely changing history in the Camping World Truck Series at this racetrack. No one has ever started outside the top 10 or outside the top 11 and won this race. 12th, the starting position for Colin Braun. Can he bring it all the way home and all the way to victory lane? Coming out of turn number 4, the final lap.
Race, buddy.
There you go, buddy. Good job. Awesome, man. Way to go.
We said he could run that last lap 3/4 pace and still win the race. He was the fastest truck on the track by 3/10. He could taste that checkered flag, couldn't he?
And how about Mike Beam? I mean, Mike Beam has been around with Mark Martin. He was around with Travis Quapple. He was around when all these guys were winning these races in the truck, and that calm voice came on and said, Colin Braun, you just won a truck race.
He has so much confidence in Colin Braun. And conversely, Colin Braun knows that Mike Beam knows what to do. That's a great combination. There's Jack Roush. There's Hal, the team engineer. What a great job by these Roush Fenway guys. And again, we look at Jack. We know what it means to him to win here in Michigan.
Huge accomplishment for Roush Fenway to get back into victory lane at this very racetrack. It's the 5th time a Roush Fenway driver has won at this race in 10 races. So 50% of the races run have been won by Jack Roush and his teams.
Man, that's a relief off that kid's shoulders. We've seen him have the speed to win, and he finally gets it done. That's just a relief when you get that first win.
I told you we win one.
Colin Braun joins Johnny Benson as far as getting their first win at Michigan International Speedway. And with team owner is Adam Alexander.
He no doubt knows what it's like to win, but he never takes it for granted. Jack, congratulations on number 50, and you're able to do it in your backyard.
Yeah, it was it's great to do it here with Ford Motor Company in our backyard, you know, and an F-150. It was just awesome. You know, we've got a lot of folks here, a lot of Roush Industries people, a lot of our vendors, a lot of our customers are here, and it's just great to be in front of the home crowd. B-25 from the Yankee Air Force flew over to start the thing today, so this is my turf.
Go celebrate.
Thank you.
Off to victory lane, Jack Roush will go. And Colin Braun will be making his first trip into victory lane in the Camping World Truck Series. We knew it was only a matter of time.
Yeah, Mom and Dad are here with him to enjoy this first victory here in NASCAR for Colin Braun.
Listen to some of these names in the top 10. You got Brown winning, Eichler's 3rd, Awesome 6th, Peters 8th. I just love the diversity we have up at the front. You got the old guys and you got the young guys, and either one of them can win on any Saturday.
The emotions running very high in the Roush Fenway organization. And how about Jack Roush watching Colin Braun get his first win in the Camping World Truck Series? We'll be back and hear from him in victory lane next on Speed.